Excavation Profits Podcast by Excavation Marketing Pros. Interviews with successful excavation and septic business owners, revealing how they market and grow their business in today's economy. Hear directly from the most successful leaders in your business and discover what they're doing to keep their phone ringing, equipment running, and businesses booming. Now your host, Scott Andreessen.
Well, hey, good afternoon, guys. This is Scott Andreessen with Excavation Marketing Pros. And today we are going to do a special workshop for excavation and septic contractors, how to maximize leads with your Google business profile. So if you're wanting to get high intent searchers off of Google who are interested in hiring you for your excavation or septic services, this is definitely an online workshop that you do not want to miss. So I'm going to go ahead and get the ball rolling here, and I'm going to share my screen with you. And so hopefully you all can see that now. There we go. Oops. And so this is part of our digital dominance method at Excavation Marketing Pros. If you follow along, every single month, we do trainings for excavation and septic business owners on marketing, sales, and things like this to boost business online. And this one is for the Google business profile. However, we also go over paid ads. We go over website conversions. We go over paid online directories, using your customer list to get repeat and referral business, and pay per lead programs. Everything under the sun that you can think of to help you boost your bottom line for your excavation or septic business is what we cover in these monthly workshops. Okay, so let's get into your Google business profile. In case you're not familiar with that, it used to be known as Google Maps. It was also known as Google Places, but the current naming of it is the Google Business Profile. By the way, if you are new to our company, Excavation Marketing Pros is dedicated to the success of excavation and septic contractors, and we have tons of helpful resources for you to help grow your business. And you can go to this link right here. It's called excavationmarketingpros.com/quick links. And that will give you access to some cool stuff, such as a free mastermind group we have online. We have free tools in there, training documents, step-by-step guides, and much more to bring in high-quality leads for your business and help with sales. So let's get into it. Who am I? Why should you listen to me? Well, I've been in digital marketing for 15 years now. And I have been an expert speaker at NAURA, the National On-Site Wastewater Recycling Association for septic, wastewater, and excavation professionals. I spoke there last October. There's a picture of me speaking. I'm also published author of the book, Excavation and Septic Internet Marketing Profits. And there's a picture of the book right there. We only serve excavation and septic businesses, which makes us very unique in the industry. And we've successfully launched hundreds of websites and marketing campaigns, proving that what I'm going to show you really works. Now, who is this workshop for? It is for excavation and septic contractors only. Those specifically looking to bring in leads for high-value septic projects, which would be your installations, repairs, drain field replacements, things like that, or excavation projects, which would be your site prep work, land clearing, house pads, grading, mulching, retaining walls, forestry mulching, and so on. During our time of working with excavation and septic contractors, we have learned what works and what doesn't. On the left is a picture of leads flowing in to a CRM dashboard, clearly marked as to where they're coming from. On the right is a picture of someone holding money burning up in flames. And when your marketing does not work, it feels like burning money. I get it. And so the whole point of these workshops is to cut through the noise where you can listen to someone who's an expert in your field and know what's working and what's not. So, why should you use a Google Business Profile if you're an excavation or septic business owner? Well, there's a few good reasons if you're not. One is your Google Business Profile will help your business show up for high intent searches that your prospective customers will use when looking to hire a contractor like you. An example of this would be excavation companies near me. They will type that into a Google search or Bing or Yahoo, but you get the idea. Or like septic contractor near me. There's hundreds of exact phrase matches for excavation and septic that people type in that you can capitalize on as an excavation or septic business owner. Now, the next thing is the Google Business Profile shows your prospective customers your credibility. And what I mean by that is right in the profile, it shows how many years you've been in business. It shows social proof of how you have helped your previous customers with those 5-star ratings. It shows your address, website, and much more. So for those who know nothing at all about your company, I mean, what better way can they get a peek inside your business than that little Google Business Profile? Now, it's also free, right? It's free, hyper-targeted local advertising. But if you do have budget, it can be really used well to amplify your paid ads to rank in other cities, such as sponsored maps listings. It can be used with Google local service ads. So it is actually a requirement to do some of these other more advanced ad platforms on Google. You need to have the Google Business Profile. Now, marketing always works. It's just the messaging that doesn't. That was said by Alex Hormozy, which is arguably one of the best marketers in the world right now. So I agree with that statement. In this workshop, you'll learn the same successful strategies that other septic, wastewater, and excavation contractors are using with their marketing to generate dramatic changes in their businesses and lives. Here's a look at some of our clients' dashboards. They're tracking this one, $2.57 million worth of sales bids in their pipeline. That's all coming from organic traffic, by the way. Here's another one, $433,000 tracked in their dashboard. Here's another one, over $800,000 tracked in their dashboard. These are sales bids going out due to leads coming in online using organic search. And while I cannot guarantee you the same results as them, I can promise you the same blueprint they use through this training here today. And if you execute on these strategies you learned today, you should definitely see an increase in the quantity and quality of the leads you get online. So, quick question, what's the hardest part about selling your excavation or septic services? Would anyone like to take a stab at that? Jimmy says just getting leads. Erica says following up with leads. Okay. Yep, absolutely. So getting quality leads, following up with leads, closing sales, this is all part of it, guys. You hit it right on the head. So we took a poll of where are you getting your best leads from for excavation. And this was in our mastermind group a while ago. And almost 30% of them said from Google and SEO. So I thought that was interesting. And if you're interested in joining our online mastermind, you can go to this link excavationmarketingpros.com/quick links, and then just look for the button that says Excavation Business Mastermind Group. We do have hundreds of excavation and septic business owners just like you in there, where we share tips and tricks and talk about operations and everything in there. So why am I doing this, by the way? I do believe in reciprocity, that while you may not personally be in the market to hire a digital marketing agency for your business, perhaps you know someone who is, and if you get value from this, maybe you'll share this information with them, or who knows, in the future, maybe you'll come back around and we can partner up together. So what I'm going to cover with you today is some new info for 2025, 7 foolproof ways to get high quality excavating or septic leads using your Google Business Profile. And you're going to see our proven 4-step formula for getting your excavation or septic business ranked in the map section. Even for the most competitive markets, you can copy and paste this over. And also, I'm going to show you how to rank, the key ingredient for a top 3 listing, and how to leverage it for great long-term results. And I'm going to show you a lead tactic that's actually no longer working anymore, so you can get rid of that. In addition, we're going to cover the latest updates with Google Maps listings and 5 biggest issues that could be preventing you from ranking right now. So if you're wondering, like, why aren't I showing up in my own backyard? How can I get my Google Business Profile to show up more? We're going to cover that all today. And we're going to cover the best tools to systematize and automate the heavy lifting for you. Okay. So we've worked with hundreds of business owners since our start in 2009. Here's some of the contractors we've worked with. And you're going to be learning the same successful strategies that they have to increase your business. And you can use these strategies with your Google Business Profile that I show you today to bring in new leads and customers for yourself. So, does your Google Business Profile still matter? If we look at the stats, as of right now, about 44% of all clicks from Google searches go to this 3-pack section you see right here. And why are Google Business Profiles so important? This is the reason right here. As you can see, this graph is showing 368 calls being made to the business profile. That's very significant, right? So calls are leads, they're new opportunities for your business, and so that's the reason why it's important. Now, why are they calling you? How are they calling you? If we look at this free tool from Google called the Keyword Planner, it shares with us exactly how people are searching for excavation services and septic services. In this particular graph, it shows lot clearing, brush clearing, trench digger, and different terms, land clearing near me. So it keeps track of how people are searching, and then you can use this information on your website and in your Google Business Profile to show up for those searches. Because these people searching these terms for excavation or septic services, they have to go somewhere. And so ideally, the best game plan is if you can position your business to show up on the front page at the exact moment they search these terms. Then they find your business, they click on your link, or they click to call, you get the lead, you can go out there and sell the job. So what if your business started showing up on Google searches on the front page? What kind of impact would that have for your bottom line? Go ahead and comment. Want to give a shout to John. Thanks for tuning in. So Steven is saying it would definitely help increase calls. Yep. Tom is saying I would sell more jobs. Yep, 100%. So yes, your Google profile does matter. So what are some of the biggest changes? Well, Google Chat has left. Google is serving more paid ad maps results and ads up top. Google local service ads is now pretty much available in every market. And excavation and septic contractors can take advantage of that. By the way, those local service ads, those are guaranteed leads. Okay. You do need a Google map or a Google business profile to do those. And you must complete an advanced verification process with Google using a video recording. If you don't have a Google business profile, you would have to do that. So on the left shows what Google search results used to look like. That image is about 5 or 6 years old. Okay. This is what it looks like today. You can see that more than half of the page is taken up by ads. And then we have the Google Maps 3-pack, which is exactly where we're talking about positioning you today, which there is a value to those ads, by the way, just because they're at the absolute top. They definitely do get clicks and calls. Now, I was just talking about the Google local service ads. A lot of people don't realize what those look like. So I wanted to show you an image. Right up top there, I've circled it in red. That's what those look like. They can show a Google guaranteed badge as well, but they show right up top. They have your star ratings for Google reviews. So that's a pay-per-lead program that requires a Google business profile. They are guaranteed exclusive leads, and there are excavation and septic jobs in there for sure. But what they do is they have not made the categories specifically for that. Instead, they list the categories as tree services, foundation repairs, landscapers, junk removal, sewage system pro. And then in these specific categories, it will let you checkbox excavation and septic style jobs inside of those. And so with this type of ad, people need to confirm that they're specifically interested in the services that you offer. And if it turns out it's not a service you offer, Google will actually credit you back the money. So with just a little bit more on that, tree service category for local service ads, you could do tree and stump removals, brush clearing, land clearing. There's a landscaper category, which is great for grading, retaining walls, dirt and gravel roads. And then for any septic installation, drain field work, they have a sewage system pro category. So this is the whole search page. This is what it looks like. You got your local service ads up top. Below that, there's more ads that are different. Those are Google sponsored PPC ads. Then you have your Google Maps ads, which is the Google business profiles that we're covering now. And then beneath those would be the organic search listings. If you are interested in Google local services, that is the link, adwords.google.com/local services/sign up. So back to Google Maps. For all you tuning in or watching this, I want to share with you an awesome ranking hack. So if you'd like to see that, go ahead and type a 1, comment a 1, or if you're on our actual Zoom webinar, go ahead and type a 1 for me. Awesome. I'm seeing some 1s come in. Fantastic. So right here, I circled this category where it says landscape site preparation. This is not a category that Google specifically has, but it is a keyword phrase that gets searched. So what you can do is I showed you that keyword planner a little bit ago, that free tool that shows you how people are searching. You can actually create your own service categories, just like I'm showing you here under Edit Services. Take those keyword phrases and type them in here, and that is going to give you this kind of result of like landscape site preparation. So when someone types that in, it's going to trigger your Google Business Profile to pop up. Pretty cool, huh? So here's 7 foolproof ways to get Google Business Profile leads. 1, if you have a physical or commercial office, that works best. And if you show your address, you definitely get more credit in the eyes of Google, and they will show your profile more. Your public address should match your current business registration, showing in the Open Corporates database. So if you go on Google and you type in Open Corporates, a website will pop up. You can create a free account there and see how your business is listed. And whatever address shows there, ideally, you want that to match your Google Business Profile. Google does check that information, and if it's the same, it will help you to show up. You can also offer event posts from your profile listing. That's a way to get traffic. Make sure your profile strength shows good. We'll cover that more in a little bit, but it does have a kind of a progress meter that shows, is it poor, good, excellent? Make sure it at least shows good. And then have your webmaster add a map to your website. You can actually get an embeddable map on your website. And when you get reviews from your customers, this is super important. Make them, remind them, I should say, to include a picture with their review. So if they installed your septic system or they did some grading or whatever, just have them take a picture and leave the review. And even better yet, have them put the city that they're in. So they just installed a septic system for my property in XYZ city. Here's a picture. It turned out great. Something like that would work really well. And if you really want your Google Business Profile to rank better, respond to all reviews, good, bad, or otherwise. You can automate this with tools. We use AI for this. It works really well. This way you never missed a review. And another bonus is, this is more of an advanced tactic, but you can have your webmaster add schema or Google rich snippets across your entire website, and that will help your Google Business Profile to rank as well. Now, Google, over the past 10 years, has really been cracking down on fake reviews. And they say that they have decreased fake reviews by as much as 70%. So what could be hurting your rankings on the maps? If you're not ranking in your own backyard or around your service area, what would cause that? Well, you do need an office in the city you're targeting to rank well on Google Maps. So home address can work, and you can actually keep that hidden if you like. But if you want to stay incognito, you cannot use what are called citation sites for search engine optimization. These are third-party sites that would point back to your business. An example of this would be something like Yelp. Okay? Another thing that could be hurting you is, did you try to spam Google with fake locations in the past? That was a big thing back in the mid 2000s, like 2010, 2008 to 2010. A lot of people were taking advantage using PO boxes and things like that, which doesn't work anymore. But at the time, you could very quickly and easily set up a bunch of Google Business Profiles. Another thing that can hurt rankings is inconsistent name, address, phone number across all the different business directories. Now that has to do with citation sites. So for instance, you may have a listing on Yelp, you might have one on Super Pages, your Facebook business page, What do the addresses say? Are the same? Are they the same? What does your company name look like? Is it the same or is it different? How about the website link? You want ideally all that information to be the exact same. Now, the other thing is, do you have enough reviews? We see that reviews are one of the major drivers of how these Google business profiles rank. And so the more reviews, the better. If you don't have any reviews at all or very few, that could be a reason why you're not ranking in the Google Maps and why you're not getting leads from it, period. It's because people do want social proof. So here's our proven formula for getting ranked in the 3-pack. First off, the citation sites that I mentioned are a must. That's getting located in all the major business directories, voice search, which would include Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri, Super Pages, City Search, Yelp, local.com, even listings on Angie, Facebook. You get the idea, okay? You want to be on all those, and there are data aggregators that will do that. And that's a bunch of third-party sites that have authority and credibility saying, yes, this excavation company is at this address, this is their phone number, this is their website. And so that's the kind of business that Google wants to rank. Getting the reviews, new reviews, responding to reviews, that should become an ongoing process for getting ranked in the Google Maps 3-pack. And then on-page SEO. So the website that you have attached to the Google Business Profile indeed will project its performance. And you'll notice this when you do some searches of your own. If you were to type in different variations, you may have noticed this before, that the Google Business Profile will say, this business says they do land clearing on their website, or this business says they install septic systems on their website. So when you're doing searches, you can actually see that for yourself, that Google will crawl the site and then actually put that in the search results page. Pretty cool. And there's one more thing I'm getting to, is how to claim and optimize your excavation or septic company's Google Business Profile in 2025. So make sure you have a login for your Google My Business account. A lot of times these get set up by other marketing firms or whatever, and the business owner doesn't have access to it. Make sure you have access to it, and ideally you want to have ownership access to it. Update your company name to read as your authentic company name. Don't add any keywords here. Google has really cracked down on this. And then an idea would be like putting your city name or your county name that you want to rank for in the name. That will cause it to get potentially banned or not show up at all. And so you do want that to be your legal DBA. Now, this is a newer one. A lot of people don't realize, but they do have a section in there when you go to optimize your Google Business Profile to add all your social profiles. You want to do that because what Google is looking for now is authority, that they want to see a complete blueprint online of a company. And that would include Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and those other social profiles. And they do pay attention to if a business is actually active on those profiles. If your company is active, that all tracks, and that will give you more credibility on Google as well. And of course, you want to add your website address. This will create an important inbound link. Use a local address, no PO boxes or UPS stores. And then list your hours of operation and services offered. Upload photos. You can never have too many photos. And these photos actually do rank in Google too. Now, what they want to see is they do like personal photos. This could be pictures of yourself as the owner, pictures of your team, pictures of your office or job sites, excavators, trucks, your logo on equipment, coupons, your work. That's what people connect to and resonate with. Okay. And that will help leverage your Google Maps listing. So if you go check out your Maps listing, just see how many photos do you have there? When's the last time you posted photos? They have an app that you can actually install on your smartphone that it's very easy to just start uploading photos. Now, here's another hack to ranking your Google Business Profile is when you start taking photos of your work, your smartphone will have something called location tags under the camera settings. Be sure to turn that on because that will put into the picture itself geodata of longitude, latitude of where you took that photo. So it knows, okay, this excavation company or this septic company is posting jobs of work in this city. That must be part of their service area. So it's good to put that on. So here's some pro tips for excavation companies or septic companies looking to claim and optimize your Google Business Profile listing. Set your primary category to excavation contractor or septic system service based on whatever your preference is for that. Below that, they have other subcategories where you can choose different services that you offer. So that would include like demolition contractor, forestry service, landscaper. Look for any that would apply. Match your website homepage title to your primary category. So in other words, if your main category is excavation contractor, you would want that homepage title to mimic that. So here's a client of ours. We have excavation contractor, Toledo, Washington. And you see excavation contractor is the main category. And if you look at the homepage title, it mimics that with excavating contractors and then the city that they want to rank in. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, Google Business the profile can change. So it's very important you recheck everything. Google does this sometimes with just its AI and automation, that they will change your category. They may even change the cities you serve. So if you haven't looked at it in a while, you may want to do that. And you can add all the towns and cities you serve under service area. Okay, that's under the location tab. And then under services, you can add any of the services you can think of right here in this section. So you just go to business information or services and you can fill those out. And it's very important. We see a lot of business owners do not take the time to optimize their Google Business Profile. And if it's not optimized, I mean, what's the point? No one's going to find it. You're not going to get any calls and leads from it. Another pro tip is when you are filling out your services, use Google's Keyword Planner. It's a free tool, and it will show you exactly the trends of how people are searching for services in your area. So there's hundreds of ways. Hundreds of ways. You could spend a weekend looking at all the different ways people look for excavation and septic and demolition. Now, here is an example of Google Rich Snippets. This example shows 47 valid items on a client of ours. And basically, this is just hard-coded into your business's website what you do, where you serve, and other information. You can put it all in there. And this way you don't have to rely specifically on Google reading through content to know what you do. So Google Rich Snippets, it's technically structured data that Googlebot looks for about local businesses. And it looks for this code on your website, and it will make decisions how to rank you for local search based on it. You can add your contractor codes, for instance, business license, your services videos, your logo can be added to this code, and other things to look more credible in the eyes of Google. And the advantage of this is, of course, you may have good content on your site, you may not. It's a good backup that if you don't have enough content, you are telling Google exactly how to categorize you and help rank you. And this has considerably become one of the best practices by top SEOs in 2025. Here's just a quick picture of what it looks like. As you can see, it's actual code. It's actual code that goes into your website. There's got the longitude, latitude of where your business is located. It also would include your offers. Your offers, of course, would be based upon whatever your top money-making services are. You would see how are those actually being searched by your customers, and then make specific offers of those right in the code of the website. Okay, and your logos, of course, get coded in there, and then those show up in Google search results. If you're interested just to see how your website does with this, I understand it's a little technical, but you could go to Google and just type in Rich Snippets Tester. That's Rich Snippets Tester, and put in your website. Or you could go to https://search.google.com/test/rich-results. That's the hard way. The other way is just go in Google and type in Rich Snippets Tester, and you'll see the Google page pop up. So here's an example of a business website where, see, it detects no items. So hopefully they have really good content helping them out. Otherwise, Google would not know how to rank this site at all. So there are some best practices I want to make sure you take away from this workshop. And for your Google business profile, always be updating photos, adding to them on a consistent basis. Leverage Google Posts by posting weekly. And this can be automated and sent to all other major social profiles for an even bigger boost. You can send them out to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter. We had someone ask us the other day, how do you remember to post every day? And, I don't have time to manage all that. Nobody does. And that's why there's automation tools in place that we use that you can plan out a month's worth of content or more and have it automatically posted to all the major profiles. That's how it's done. It's not a matter of, I hope I remember to post something today. I hope I don't get busy. It should be all scheduled out. And that makes it a lot more manageable. Respond to reviews as the owner. Answer questions that get posted to your Google business profile. That's another thing that we see gets missed a lot. Is if you go to your Google business profile, see if there's questions there that people are asking. More often than not, we find that those get neglected. And those were like leads that were asking questions. Like an example that we see for Septic all the time is, do I need a permit? Right? The answer is yes. So a great way to rank your Google business profile is to come up with an exhaustive list of all the questions that you get asked, post them there, and then have another Gmail account and put the answers to those questions. So build citations is another great way to rank your Google business profile. You want a consistent name, address, and phone number and website across the board. Lots of citations across the web, the more the better. Consistent reference of your company name, address, phone number. And then limit duplicate or incorrect business information. You may find, for instance, that you have 2 duplicate listings on Yelp or 2 duplicate listings on Super Pages. There is tools that will either merge them together or delete the wrong one. And so you would want to do that. Pay attention to data aggregators. So here's 4 of the biggies: Factual, Axiom, Infogroup, Nuostar. Any of those will get you on over 300 online search sites. And that's like an instant boost to your search engine optimization. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what kind of tools do I even use for this? So here's some tools you can use: Bright Local, White Spark, Advice Local, Moz Local. Those will get you on all of the major sites. Another one of the best in my opinion, is Yext, and that's who we use. That's because they have worked out. They're one of the OGs, one of the originals at this. They've worked out with a lot of the major sites priority, that they get priority as far as updating these listings. And so they get it done a lot faster usually. And fix any misinformation. I'm going to show you guys where you can get a free citation report of what your business information looks like around the web. Here's someone who submitted a report and submitted for citations. As you can see, they have 100% inaccurate listings. That's either the wrong name, the wrong address, or the wrong phone number, or just the listing didn't exist. And if you're interested in that, you could text citation to 866-723-5221. That's our toll-free sales line, and it will auto-reply you back a link to get your citation report. Or you can visit excavationmarketingpros.com/citation and fill out the quick form to run a citation report on your business. It looks like that. So some best practices: manually claim and optimize your Google business profile. That's the one you do not want to automate. And some of these platforms will try and automate that for you. That one you always want to do manually. Use a tool like Yext for direct API access to 50 of the top citation listings. You can get listed on major data aggregators, usually for an additional fee. And you can leverage tools like Bright Local, Citation Finder, Whitespark, or Logan X to find niche listings and opportunities for excavation and septic. So as far as some great sites to get on for excavation that will really boost your search engine optimization and rank your website, here's some right here. Networks.com, Contractors.com, Fixer.com, BuildZoom. I'm sure you're familiar with some of these. These sites right here hold authority on Google, domain authority, as you can see. And just by being listed on there, if you have the same name, address, phone number, you can put a website link as well. It's going to help your site rank. Here's that link again. If you do want to test your citations, you can go to excavationmarketingpros.com/citation or text the word citation, CITATION, to this toll-free number, 866-723-5221. When you do that, it will auto-reply you back this link here that you can click on to get your free citation report. The other thing I want to make sure you take away from this is to really focus on getting a lot of real reviews moving forward. It's just as important as making the initial sale, because the reviews are what sells your future customers. So if you look at this Maps 3-pack, Google Maps 3-pack, you can see the trend here that these companies are ranking. They all have reviews, first of all. And the one on top is, shocker, they got the most reviews. They don't even have the best rating, as you can see. This company here, Plateau Excavation, they've got a 4.2 with 50 reviews. And the one under it, J.E. Dunn, has 4.5 rating, which is better, and 26 reviews. And then look at the one below that, Zenon and Zenon. They're an excavation contractor with a 5-star rating, but they only got 6 reviews. So it's not even necessarily the quality of reviews, it's the quantity and the frequency of reviews. So here's some strategies that you can use to start getting consistent reviews. You can leverage tools to automate this. I'll show you one that we use in a moment, by text and email. You can leave a printed review card, which is very popular. Just having a QR code with a direct link to your Google business profile that they can scan on their phone, and then it takes them straight to the Google business profile. That's a nice, easy way to do it. Train your team to plant the seed early and deliver a world-class experience. Okay? So a great time is after you install the septic system or you've done the site work. You're there with the owner, walking the property or whatever. How's everything look to you? Great. It would mean the world to us at this point if you would share your feedback about your experience with us on Google. Would that be okay? And if they say yeah, well, then have a card on you with a QR code and have them scan it right then and there on their phone. Make a call after the service to walk them through the review process. Build reviews and recognition into your company culture. So here's how we do it. This is an example of our smartphone app, the lead connector we use. And your customer information all appears here. And there's a little star. And so after the job is done, all the business owner's admin or team has to do is just click the star button, and it will auto text them a link to the Google review straight to their cell phone. It's a nice subtle way to do it. I'm glad you like what you see. I'm going to send you a link to leave us feedback on our Google page. You got it? Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. So here's some other tools that will do review automation. Nearby Now is a very popular one. Review Buzz, Bird Eye is a popular one. Customer Lobby, those will help you as well. On-site search engine optimization. So to help rank you on Google, you would want to have good content and a good user experience. Leverage multimedia, that would be videos, to improve on-page time. Google does track that, how long people spend on your site. Drone footage we see works really well for excavation websites. People love it. Put a page for each one of your services. So your top money-making services, ideally you would want to have a page for each one. Excavation, septic repairs, forestry mulching, demolition, road construction. You get the idea. And then a page for each of the top cities you serve. So you have your top money-making cities. Ideally, again, you would want to have a web page specifically targeting that city. Excavation company near Tampa. Excavation company near Orlando. Every page that you have for best results, put unique content, and frequently asked questions are the new big thing. And I shouldn't say new, but over the past year and a half, 2 years, this has really caught on and helps to rank your business. The keywords that you go after, you want those to appear in the page title and your heading tag. Your name, address, and phone number should, of course, be in the footer of every page, and that should match your Google business profile. And having a blog with ongoing updates each month, and then syndicate that blog across your social profiles, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, and so on. Another thing is page speed. If the website takes longer than 3 seconds to load on mobile, that's too slow. You would want to fix that. Use focused meta descriptions. A meta description is the actual description that appears in the search results right below your link. So an example would be like top-rated land clearing company in Tampa, avoid costly mistakes, click for a free guide, fast quotes by text. That kind of description I just read helps sell the click because they're avoiding costly mistakes, they get a free guide or a fast quote by text. So the end result for our proven formula for getting ranked in the Google Maps 3-pack of your Google Business Profile looks like this. Having all the citations in place, getting frequent reviews, having a website with solid on-page search engine optimization, and then selling the click. Each one of those pages has an enticing meta description that when people see it, makes them want to click through. So for your off-page search engine optimization, you want to make sure to claim and optimize your Google business listing itself. A lot of people have them out there, but they are not claimed. So you would want to claim ownership of it. Get lots of citations across the web. Build up your online reviews using some of the best-in-class tools for reviews. And that would be by Nearby Now, Bird Eye, Review Buzz, Customer Lobby, etc. And build authoritative links back to your website from other websites. Strategic content syndication, that would be posting those blogs across multiple profiles. Because usually a simple blog post on your website just won't cut it anymore. You can take that blog post and if you add video to it, that's better. If you syndicate that blog across all your social profiles, that's best. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a new excavation and septic authority signal generation approach for search engine optimization. And that is using a cutting-edge content distribution platform. And what I'm talking about is an advanced signal called EAT. This is if you want to achieve superior visibility. So Google search algorithm has a hunger to eat. What that means is EAT. First, it's looking for expertise, quality, structured, and media-rich content. And then it is looking for A, authority, published regularly on all the major business directories and social networks like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and then trust, to pass along trust and page rank with link signals. So that's a little technical, but basically the older the domain, the older the website that is linking back to your site, the more trust it has. This is a graph of our search engine optimization periodic table. As you can see, it consists of quality, research, keywords, freshness of content, having multimedia, answering questions, the depth of the content. This is kind of what we go by as we produce content. So here are some page quality rating most important factors. Expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness. This is an important quality characteristic. Main content quality and amount. 250 words isn't enough anymore. Usually on each page you want to have on upwards of 750 or more words to really be competitive. And then Google rich snippets, having that schema code on your website. So let's talk about special local SEO ranking factors for excavation and septic contractors. Google uses a different algorithm for local searches, which places importance on 3 important ranking categories and their supporting signals. First off, proximity. And this has to do with how close is your business to the person actually searching. Zip codes and geo coordinates in your content is about the best you can do there. Google rich snippets can help you with that. The rest you can't control. So Google will track, if someone's searching on a smartphone, how far are they from your business? And who's ever closest will get the brownie points on that. Relevance. How relevant is the search term for your business? So if they're typing in something like demolition contractors near me, and you just have one little sentence in your website that you do some small demolition on barns and sheds, that's probably not going to be enough. Instead, it's going to choose a business and a website where they have a lot of content about demolition because it looks more relevant to what they do than you do, if that makes sense. They will also go into your Google business profile to see what categories you have selected based on their search, your headings, any niche citations that you have, and review velocity. Do you have any other reviews of people saying, yep, they did a great demolition project for me, or they did a great septic repair? Prominence. What is the authority of the local business? Brand mentions, link signals, EAT profile, number of reviews you have versus the competition. Using syndication of your content will dramatically improve your prominence of the business and whoever authored the content over the next 3 to 6 months. So on page for your website, each service, each city should have its own page. Optimize your titles for keywords in the page title, the heading tag, the page URL, and even the images. You can put keywords in the images on your site. Unique content for the pages. Claim and optimize your Google business profile. Add it to Yext or some other citation management platform. Add it to the major data aggregators. And then put a system in place for driving your online reviews. And add new citations on an ongoing basis. Ongoing content, create blogs, post them to your website, and also post those blogs to your social sites on the major networks. Signals leveraged, so expertise, authority, and trust. Multiple do follow links back to the client's website, your Google business profile and internal pages on the client site, multiple map embeds, fresh content on the site. So if you're not ranking on page 1 in Google, it could be for one or more of these things that I've shown you here today. Now, if you're interested, we do offer a free excavation or septic accelerator call where we go over the analysis of your online visibility, a custom keyword list based on the most important search terms for the jobs you want, a ranking report showing where you rank currently, an analysis of your online directory listings and consistency, an analysis of your online review and reputation, and an analysis of your social presence. And then we also go over your website conversion effectiveness. So it's a complete marketing workup. And you can get that by going to excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule. So any takeaways? What did you learn? What did you notice? What would you like to share? If you're attending our Zoom workshop, go ahead and type in the chat. Or if you're online, go ahead and comment. Jesse's saying I need to optimize my website. Yep. Tracy's saying I need to claim my Google business profile. I don't have one yet. Awesome. That's a great first step for sure. So if you do want some help, go ahead and type in the comments, let's talk. And again, you can get a free SEO review and visibility scan. You can text the word citation to our toll-free number 866-723-5221 or visit excavationmarketingpros.com/citation. And we will, of course, go over your complete online marketing and visibility. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I want to thank you all for tuning in, for attending this workshop, and let us know if you have any questions or need any help. This has been Scott from Excavation Marketing Pros. Have a great rest of your day.
Hey there, Excavation Pros. If you enjoyed today's podcast, make sure to like and subscribe to our podcast and channel. Leave us your feedback and let us know how we did. And hey, if you're interested in taking your excavation or septic business to the next level online, make sure you visit excavationmarketingpros.com today and take advantage of our free resources and mastermind group for excavation and septic industry professionals.